Hello, my beautiful Libra. Welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. I'm Helen, and this time we are going to be looking at the messages that your soul wishes to bring you right now. So the reason why I'm doing these readings this week, that may sound a bit maybe a bit different than what we've been doing, or different from what we've been doing normally, is because I got this message during one of my meditations where I was just called to do messages from the souls of the signs and just do a soul's messages reading. So that's what I'm doing. But even then, I still want to remind you guys that this is a general reading. So you might not resonate with everything that comes through these readings. And that's okay. Just take the messages and the parts that you do feel that resonate with you, and you can just leave everything else behind. Okay, so we're starting with the Secret Language of Light Oracle cards. We're going to see what the two main themes are that your soul wishes to discuss. What are the two main themes that Libra soul wishes to talk about right now? Oh, we have joy, beautiful. Oh, and wellness. Yeah, well, those two kind of go hand in hand. Okay, one more, please. Thank you. Oh, and nourish. Oh my goodness, that is crazy. I think this card is, I think it's the third time that this card has come out. And I think it's the second time that this card has come out with the wellness card popping out as well. Ooh, and sensitivity is the underlying energy. Okay. Wow. So it does feel like you are more so maybe sensitive at this time. You might be more easily affected by outside energies. I'm kind of getting drawn to this beautiful rose and how it's in this like little bubble. It's surrounded by this little bubble, almost like this protective energetic bubble, to kind of keep away any harsh energies that might be surrounding it, to keep it to protect it from that. That's kind of what I'm feeling that this sensitivity is representing. So yeah, I feel that your soul is calling your attention to the fact that you may be feeling a bit more on edge, a bit more easily kind of pushed over the edge, maybe a bit more easily affected and impacted by other people and just by external energies in general. So yeah, joy and nourish. Wow, this is a clear indication that you kind of need to be really, really, really soft and really gentle with yourself and allow yourself to find joy and to find happiness in whatever you or wherever you can, in even the smallest of things around you. Because yeah, I feel like keeping yourself in a more positive, in a more uplifting environment right now is crucial. It's crucial for you to really look after your needs, because again, it feels like there's something happening with you on a soul level that is very like revealing and very, something is happening internally, that almost like you're being broken apart. It's like I kind of get this image of like removing layers. So I feel like that's kind of what is happening here, what your soul is in the process of doing, where you are removing these layers. And the more these layers are being removed, and the more the raw, vulnerable core is coming to the surface, the more anything that is happening around this core is going to affect it. And I feel like because it's a rose, it's a beautiful flower, right? It's so easily crushed, it's so easily harmed, it's so easily hurt. that I just get that there's something around you that, or something that is happening within you, I should say, that is very much needing to be protected right now. And I feel like that's why these cards are coming out, because there's very vulnerable core that is kind of being, that the layers are being peeled away from. It needs to be held, it needs to be cherished, it needs to be supported and nurtured right now. Okay, so we have number 27, joy. Discover what you love. I'm going to read you the little parts from the guidebook as well. Okay, so joy. If a thought does not give you joy, then search for one that does. Thank that thought for showing you where you don't feel joyful, and then reach for a pleasing thought. You can empower yourself by choosing joyful thoughts. You will disempower yourself by choosing sad thoughts. What will you choose today? There is almost always something to make you feel at ease in every situation. It is up to you to find that. Try reaching for a joyous thought right now. Look around your house at what gives you joy. Turn toward the joy in your life if you can't find it outside. Go within and create inner joy. It is not always the easiest thing to do. However, it is one of the most worthwhile things you can do for your physical and mental well-being. And if you remember, well-being or wellness was the underlying energy for this card as well. Open your heart to allow blissful inspiration to direct your actions, and you will give without expectation. Joy is your natural state of being. Now is the time to honor it. So yeah, joy is, and just finding contentment and happiness and appreciation in even the smallest things is really important right now. Okay, and we also have nourish. You are love and you are loved. This image consists of your soul star, Gaia, the soul of Earth, and the divine cleansing that is expanding the love of all. Honor your temple, your body, for it is the physical manifestation of your soul. In doing so, you honor Earth, for she is the physical manifestation of Gaia. Don't judge your environment or your body, just be discerning about what you focus on and digest what feels helpful. Gaia knows how grateful you are because you are here. She wants to remind you that worthiness and ease are your birthright. You are creating beauty, intimacy, and deeper connections with Gaia and your higher self just by playing on Earth. Feel Gaia's loving embrace everywhere, in nature, a backyard, a pot plant, or your mind's eye. If there is something you want to change about you or Gaia's body, connect with your soul and be inspired by a new path that will lead you to your desire. On this planet, all is forever moving into more and more love. Wow. So, yeah, looking after yourself seems to be the key message in this one. But I'm going to lay out the spread so we could see what else your soul wants you to know. This is the Moonchild Tarot. I'm going to lay out all the cards. I'm going to speed you guys through this part, and then I'm going to walk you through them one by one. Okay, guys, so your reading is it's given me some kind of feels. Before we get into the cards, I just want to point out that we are getting some repeat cards again with you guys, and it's actually crazy. The Nine of Wands in this exact position has, I think, I may be mistaken, but it has definitely come out for 2 other signs. And if I can't remember, but it might even have been with the same Nourish card. So like there are some repeat cards happening here, which is just, and even the layout is somewhat similar. So it's crazy how these similar themes keep popping up for different signs. But going back to yours, we have this 10 of Pentacles, which is the underlying energy. I kind of feel like you are in the middle of building some very solid structures and foundations for yourself. You are working towards kind of creating stability for yourself. Of course, it may manifest in the material realm, because this is the Ten of Pentacles, but but because this is a soul reading, I'm also feel an internal stability, an internal security, almost like a safe haven that exists within you, that you can always fall back on, that you can always rely on. And yeah, that like building a new foundation, it kind of requires the old to be stripped away, that is not that stable, that is not that reliable, right? So it kind of makes sense, the stripping away of the layers and revealing or exposing the core, so that a new and a more firm structure could be built around it. But let's actually go through the cards here. So this whole rebuilding theme is tying in beautifully with the first card, which is death. This card is symbolizing what is the most important thing for you right now, what your soul wants you to pay attention to and focus on. And when death comes in a reading, it sounds very scary and very like final, but in truth, it's a very powerful card that speaks about transition. It speaks about a huge transformation, a huge purging and closing out of old and unnecessary, obsolete things, so that you could have new space for new things, for new life. And with this card being here, it tells me that your soul wants you to embrace the changes, embrace the transformation, embrace this peeling away of the layers, right? Embrace that aspect of letting things go. And of course, it might not be the easiest thing. It might be painful. It might be scary. It might be very much challenging to face these things, but that's kind of what your soul wants you to do, and what your soul wants you to embrace and really kind of lean into with your full being. Because with the next card, the moon coming out in reverse, this is what your soul wants you not to worry about, because it's actually not that important. And with the moon in reverse, I'm getting the sense that there may be quite a lot of things that you will discover, or that you will have to confront as you are doing this purging, as you are releasing these old things, and as you are bringing forth this beautiful but very, very delicate and gentle core. You might see some things that you don't really necessarily want to see. So what your soul is asking you to do is not to get stuck in that, not to get drawn into the things that you're maybe not overly proud of, that you maybe don't necessarily like about yourself, or that you find out about yourself, that you become aware of about yourself. There may be some things that kind of come to the surface, or that are revealed in this process of breaking down these old, or peeling away these old layers. Let's just stick with that, peeling away these old layers. But your soul wants you not to pay attention to those things, because it's coming to the surface so that you could become aware of them. But it doesn't have to be a big thing. You don't have to get sucked into it. You don't have to start analyzing it, or judging it, or giving it any kind of assessments. You can just observe the things that come up. You can take them for what they are, and you can just kind of let them be, or let them go peacefully, right? With whatever way these things that you discover play out next, whether they are some things to be integrated within you, or whether they are things that are in the process of being kind of let go of your life. So I know that it's very vague, but it very much does depend upon what it is that you are actually transforming. The details are going to be different for all of you. So yeah, you know best what your circumstances are and what exactly is being transformed for you. But in any case, your soul asks you not to get sucked into the maybe the more negative aspects that you don't necessarily want to confront or you don't want to acknowledge. Just don't get sucked into them. Let them go without judgment, and just allow them to come to the surface as they will. Now, this infamous Nine of Wands that I was referring to before. So this card is symbolizing your main lesson at this time. And this is kind of building up a true power reserve within you, like building up this strength, so that you could really like tap into it anytime you need and really hold your ground. That's kind of what I'm getting with you, that you kind of need to hold your ground, because again, looking at this at this moon card, right? It kind of I kind of get a link between these two cards, where again, the things that you might discover as you're going through this transformation, this huge process of revealing your true essence, getting to the core of yourself. The things you discover may kind of put yourself in a position where you might want to give up, or you may be tempted to give up, where you may be tempted to kind of resort back to some old ways, or stop doing this internal work and dealing with these emotions and situations. Like you may want to resort to escapism. You may be really tempted to go down that route, but you are asked to hold your ground. You are asked to stay put and to endure the experience, whatever may come up for you, whatever you may be experiencing, whatever emotions may surface. And again, it does feel, I know that I keep reaching for this, but it does feel like it's very, very very significant, and it feels like it's very powerful, this process that is happening with you. So you may get tempted, you may definitely get tempted to kind of call it quits and choose the easier path, or try and ignore whatever these changes are. But like in truth, in the long run, you can't really ignore them. They will catch up with you one way or another. So it's just best to surrender to the process, which I feel that your soul is very strongly urging you to do, to surrender yourself to the process and to hold your ground as you're going through this transformation, and as you are facing your fears, facing your insecurities, facing your disappointments, anything that falls more so into the negative category about yourself or about your life in general. Just sit with those and face them. But we have this Eight of Swords, which is coming out as your secret weapon that will help you in this situation. And actually, it almost kind of made me chuckle, because the Eight of Swords traditionally is not the most positive card. It talks about feeling trapped. It talks about feeling stuck and not really seeing a way out. But with this, I'm actually getting the sense that the fact that most of us, right, most of the world is very much still experiencing like lockdowns and restrictions, and with everything else that is happening around the world with the pandemic, the ability to like go out and find some kind of entertainment or socialize, or go and travel and like do all these things that we used to do before, as a kind of like as a part of our ordinary lives, we can't really do them anymore, at least for the time being. We can't really do that. So the fact that we are kind of forced to stay indoors and to kind of find ways to fill up our times ourselves. That kind of feels like a very positive thing in this aspect or in this situation, because it's allowing you to find the time. It's allowing you to have the space to go through this transformation and to actually sit with whatever is coming up and kind of go through this process without feeling overwhelmed by everything else that is happening on around you. You kind of get the safety of being somewhat isolated from the rest of the world and from external life. So there's kind of more sheltered and more like contained way of being that we are all in is actually quite a benefit for you in this case. Because again, there are not that many distractions around you. There are not that many outside stresses or external pressures and responsibilities. I mean, of course, there are still responsibilities, but the tempo of life, at least for most people, their lifestyles has definitely changed for a way more slow lifestyle. So yeah, I feel like that's actually what is really helping you out in this instance. But we have the Queen of Cups as the last card in the spread, and this card is talking about what you will gain as you go through this lesson, how it will benefit you. And with this beautiful Queen of Cups, we are again reminded of our underlying energy of sensitivity. The Queen of Cups is sensitive. The Queen of Cups is very much intuitive and very much in contact with her surroundings. She's aware of her surroundings, and she's also aware of what is happening internally. But don't let the word sensitive mislead you, because she's in no way a weakling. In no way. And even though I keep saying she because it's a queen, I'm just talking about the feminine energy of this card, and it has nothing to do with gender. Okay, so even if you are a male, if you identify yourself as a male, it still applies. So yeah, it's just this beautiful, beautiful, really secure and emotionally stable, emotionally in control way of being that we have with this Queen of Cups. She's just at peace with things, and she's very happy with the way that she is, and also there is a lot of love and a lot of caring and a lot of support that comes through with the Queen of Cups. So that's kind of the essence that I'm getting for you. This is what you will kind of be able to step into again as you are building this new and a lot more sturdy foundation for yourself. It kind of comes with building up the strength within your heart as well, and it also, like, I look at this, I think it's a rose, but I look at this this flower, this beautiful blossoming flower in her hair, and I'm reminded of like a heart opening up, and I kind of feel like that's what is happening. Right? Oh my god, sorry, I have to take out the card again, because like, don't you see the similarity? I mean, yes, the color is different, but they seem very similar. So it's almost like your heart is going to bloom, your heart is going to open up again, which is kind of partly what I'm feeling is the reason for this transformation in the first place, to get you to peel away the layers of protection and the layers of like guardedness and very walled in energy that is maybe surrounding your heart at this time because of everything that you have experienced. So there's kind of this this beautiful harmonizing that is going to take place, where you'll get to a way more secure place internally, where you are happy with yourself and the way that things are, but you also have this beautiful receptivity to the world, where you are more open to the world and where you are more able and willing to share yourself with the world. So it's a beautiful, beautiful and a super powerful process that you're going through. But it does require you to really pay attention to your needs and really take care of yourself at this time. But before we close this reading out, I know it's a super long reading and I do apologize for that, but for some reason these messages, they just take more time. But I also want to give you a couple of oracle cards before we close. So this is the Work Your Light Oracle deck, and we're going to see if we can get a couple of last messages from your soul from this. Thank you. We have one. Oh, Council of Light, divine orchestration, help us in the subtle realms. Yeah. It is definitely part of a bigger plan. Oh, but one more. We got two. Whoa, okay. Okay, so, sorry, let's start with these two. We have Lemuria, creating heaven on earth. It's happening, and don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? So, I love that these two came out, because it does, again, it feels like you, again, the way that you maybe were sheltering your heart before, the way that your true essence, your beautiful true core was maybe hidden before, it's kind of being like the shell is being broken down, so that you could follow your true bliss, so that you could follow your true heart's wishes and create the life that you want. Create heaven on earth. This is one of my favorite cards in the deck. It's really, really beautiful. And don't even get me started on the underlying energy. This card actually, this card was the inspiration for my channel's name. So you have Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. And it's such a powerful underlying energy that it's, oh my goodness, it's almost giving me goosebumps. Do you see, like, that's kind of that's what's happening. You are releasing these old, unnecessary burdens that you have been carrying with you, but that you don't need to carry with you anymore, because the time is right for you to let your true essence come forward and to let it shine and to let it guide you to the life of your dreams. Again, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the whole tarot deck. It's about a positive life, a family life, a very secure and abundant home. And it's a beautiful and a very, very strong foundation that, again, you are creating for yourself. But couple of last oracle cards and then we'll be done. This is the Sufi Wisdom Oracle deck, and let's see if we can get a last piece of advice for you. Oh my goodness. Sorry, we have a free will, get out of your cocoon. Okay, I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to put the others back. Oh my God. The underlying energy is surrender with joy, achieve greatness through surrender. And even that the body language is so similar on all of these cards. If you look at that, they're all being like released. They are allowing themselves to be released. Oh my goodness. That is so beautiful. Yeah, achieve greatness through surrender. Exactly. And we have free will, get out of your cocoon. Which is just beautifully tying in with this don't dim to fit in. Absolutely beautiful. The cocoon is being taken away, so that's kind of just reassuring and reaffirming everything that we have already said. But the last card before we close this reading is the Whispers of Love Oracle, and I want to get a beautiful, warm, and very, very sweet and fuzzy message of love from your soul to you as the last message in this reading. So let's see. Oh. Oh my goodness, look at that. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. Yeah, patience is definitely required in this instance. Oh, and look at that. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You're getting such sweet. I'm actually getting the warm and fuzzies. It's so sweet, these cards that you're getting. Yeah, have patience. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. I know that this process at least it seems to be rather exhausting and taking a lot out of you, which I absolutely understand, but your soul is definitely urging you. It is giving a very clear message here to just allow things to happen, because it is all going according to divine plan, and the things that are falling away, the things that are shifting, are happening for a reason, so that you could create the life that you are truly meant to live, and so that your true, beautiful, true essence could come forward. But oh my goodness, I'm going to leave you guys here. Thank you so much for watching this and for spending this time with me. If you got something useful from this reading, if it resonated with you at all, I would love it if you could give me a thumbs up, because it would let me know that I've actually been helpful to you. And also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so that you could see when I upload new readings for you guys. And that's it. I'm sending you so much love and light. Please take care of yourselves, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.